and ready to help. Be careful. Be safe. Hashtag FEMA. We just had the administrator on this program.
That's right. The eye of the storm now staring directly at Florida, forcing brand new evacuation orders in that state.
And Janice Dean, gosh, she's had a busy week. You were tracking Harvey, and now here we go again.
Yeah, this one's going to last into the weekend and even into next week. So here is the latest track. We'll get a new track and new information at 11 a.m., but still an incredible force, this storm, a Category 5, possibly for the next 24 hours, moving into the Bahamas, the Turks and Caicos. So concerned. This is low-lying islands. It's really not going to impact this storm at all. We're not going to see a weakening. And then we watch Florida, and that's when things get a few question marks after it moves towards the Florida coast. This is the Euro, and I just want to make mention right now the Euro and the GFS models, the two reliable forecast models, are in agreement. So this is Saturday, 9 p.m. That's a 4 or a 5, and this one makes landfall on Miami, comes onshore Sunday, and then perhaps moves offshore and maybe impacts Georgia and the Carolinas. So bottom line is that whole state of Florida is in that cone of uncertainty, but Georgia and the Carolinas, you need to be paying close attention to your local forecast and your officials as well.
All right. Thank you, Janice.
You got it.
As Hurricane Irma is churning through the Caribbean, Florida is ramping up its evacuations.
It's now a race against the clock for millions in the storm's deadly path.
Jeff Flock of Fox Business Network picks up our team coverage in Miami, where, Jeff, are people starting to hit the road, or are they hunkering down?
Big time hit the road, and there's a real problem here, Steve. Take a look. This is just one gas station, and look at the gas lines. If these people don't get gas, they can't get out. This is Route 1 that you're looking at right here. Route 1's moving out of the Keys, but gas, a real problem. This is the station up here. Police at each of the gas stations managing people coming in and coming out. Police officer, Miami-Dade County cops over there on the scene. The governor says he's trying to get gas deliveries in here on the big trucks and doing all he can, but if he doesn't, there's a serious problem. Here's more what he had to say.
We've got to make sure everybody in our state watches this hurricane. It could go up the East Coast, it could go up the West Coast, it could go up the middle of our state. It's a big storm, and we've got to be prepared. We're working hard. I talked with President Trump and Vice President Pence both today. They said all the resources of the federal government will be available to help us. We're looking at this and taking very aggressive actions.
And I leave you with perhaps a picture of what it looks like here. And this is South Miami right now. People are ready. People don't want to stay, but whether they can get out or not, that's going to be a big question.
All right, Jeff, is that cleaners behind you? Are they going to put some plywood up on the glass?
They are. In fact, we talked to them earlier. Maybe you see, though, she's still, can you see in there, Bob? She's still actually ironing shirts in there. So
I love
you got
her.
to give all plaudits to the cleaners. There you go. Life tries to go on.
Indeed, it
duty
does.
For sure.
Jeff Flock, thank you very much for
Jeff.
joining us today from Miami.
Yeah, stay safe. Coming up next, maybe you've been to a bad restaurant a few times, but this man, he's seen it all.
That's how Terry's attitude turns these customers off. Not only does he piss you off, he takes your money, too.
The host of Bar Rescue, John Taffer, he's on deck.
So is Bill Hemmer.
Hey, guys, good morning. Just listening to Rick Scott there with Jeff Flock. He's going to brief reporters in about 10 minutes. We're going to carry that live from you, so we'll get the latest on Irma. She is a monster out there, so stay with us on that. Why did the president cut a deal with Democrats? Mike Huckabee with his insight today. Do we have a tax deal? Kevin Brady's writing it. He's our guest live. As Vladimir Putin gives President Trump more advice on North Korea. So what's he saying? We'll see you in 10 minutes. Come join us. Busy morning here. We start at the top of the hour.
If you are one of the thousands of bar owners across the United States, then you know how hard it is to turn a profit. Everybody wants to own a bar, but it's really expensive and hard to make money. Our next guest has figured out how to make the formula work.
Running a bar is not just a business, it's a science. No one knows more about bar science than John Taffer.
I don't embrace excuses. I embrace solutions.
So what tips and excitement can we expect from this season? Joining us right now is the host of Bar Rescue. Look, John Taffer, back from Spike TV. Good morning to you.
John, welcome.
Great to be back.
How do you know so much about bars, first of all?
Well, you know, before Bar Rescue, I've done this over 30 years, Ainsley. So I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bars all around the world in about 30 countries. So even if I wasn't very smart, I think I'd be good at it by now after 800 or so.
Sure.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, if nobody's ever seen the show before, it's bars contact you, they are about to go belly up, and you come in and try to save them.
Yeah, they call, they're literally weeks from closing. Sometimes we have to write checks to keep the lights on, and I'm there for 4 days. I've never been there before. I've never met these people. There's no scripts. There's no actors. I keep it real, so that's why I've never seen it before. I design it the night I get there. I have 36 hours to build it. And after 147 of them, we're tracking at about a 70% success factor, and I'm very proud of that.
Wow. Speaking of keeping it real, we've got a clip from your next Sunday's episode. Check it out.
You're running a gambling operation or a bar? Which of the two? Stop the game. Give him his money back. Okay. And is there anybody else who lost money to the tonight? I did. You guys all lost money to him tonight. He's paying every one of you back right now. Yeah! Pay them all back. Give them their money.
Oh, man.
How did these owners react?
Well, he wasn't very happy with me at the moment. He was a bar owner that's hustling pool. So he gets his customers in, he gives them a $3 beer, and then he hustles hundreds of dollars playing pool with them. And he
what a business model.
Unbelievable. But you can't do that with a liquor license.
Oh.
It's gambling because there's potential losses in gains. So he's got his liquor license at risk, but his family's at risk. He's losing money. Their house is on the line. And, you know, these actions don't just impact businesses, they impact people.
Yeah.
And every failing business is a failing owner.
Sure.
And that's what we have to fix.
Your science goes all the way down to the height of a bar stool. It all matters, right?
Yeah.
Lighting, everything.
Lighting, the height of bar stools, for example, at a 0 elevation, you put people on bar stools so their eyes are within 10 inches of each other. At an elevated area, it's low seating, so everybody's eyes are within 10 inches of each other.
Who knew there was a science like this? I just thought it was make the drink stronger.
I got to get you looking in other people's eyes and interacting. That's what it's about.
Bar Rescue
Sunday
Season
night.
5.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Josh.
Good to be here.
More Fox and Friends.
Hey, bartender, pour 'em hot tonight to the party.
On our Friday show, we got Newt Gingrich, Geraldo, and Michelle Malkin, plus Toby Keith, and we're going to be tracking Irma.
Absolutely.
Of course.
We'll have a better idea of where it's going to go.
All right.
All right.
And
Florida,
we've had
be careful.
John. In the break, we've talked about nothing but beer.
I know. You'll have to stay tuned for the after
Good
show
topic.
show.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll continue that talk.
We love beer.
See you tomorrow.
Good morning, everybody. Breaking news from overnight. We're watching 3 hurricanes spinning right now. Katia, Jose, and of course, the biggest of all is Irma. She's already a killer as we await the latest on this devastating storm from the Florida Governor, Rick Scott, who's about to brief reporters minutes from now in the Sunshine State. So much for that for now, right? Good morning. I'm Bill Hemmer, live at America's Newsroom, and back with Julie again today.
Very busy morning for you. I'm Julie Banderas in for Shannon Bream. Good morning to you. The Category 5 storm, that is the big story of the day. The most powerful hurricane ever recorded in the Atlantic, killing so far at least 10 people as it leaves complete destruction across the Caribbean, slamming into several islands, including Puerto Rico, with 185-mile-an-hour winds. And right now it appears headed for Florida, where they are preparing for the worst.
We are being very aggressive in our preparation for this storm, and every Floridian should take this seriously and be aggressive to protect their family. Possessions can be replaced, your family cannot. This is serious, and we cannot take chances. It is life-threatening. This is not a storm you can sit and wait through.
Certainly not. Miami is one of the major cities in the path of this storm. 4 shelters open there already. Evacuation orders given across parts of the state, including for Miami Beach, where Phil Keating is standing by live there. Phil.
Hey, Bill, this is one of 2 locations on the beach, a very low-lying area like the Turks and Caicos, which are getting hammered by Irma right now. And this is one of 2 locations where there were free sand and sandbags to fill up. As you can see, these are the crumbs left on the sidewalk on the parking lot, and people are just scraping that up because they've run out of sand. That's how high demand has been here this morning. But the word is another truck is on the way. Let me run you over here to Judith Green in her white vehicle. She's just sitting there parked, waiting for that truck to arrive, much as is the case with gas stations all around the state. People sitting there for hours just waiting for the next fuel truck to come. Judith Green, hi. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, thank you.
You need sandbags. Where are you going to put them?
In front of the house.
Yeah, and then you're going to leave because it's mandatory evacuation? You're not leaving, are you?
No.
You feel safe?
I hope so. I mean, you know, I'm as safe as I can be.
I mean, it looks like a monster storm.
Yes.
All right, well, good luck, Judith.
Thank you very much.
It is absolutely a monster storm, and every single day the track gets closer to Florida, and people see that eye wall, and it's looking like a Cat 4 or Cat 5 sometime Saturday, slamming right into Miami-Dade County. It will be absolutely devastating as that happens, and the level of concern, worry, and panic is certainly growing by the hour. The traffic is chaotic over here on Collins Avenue. In fact, that long line of cars you see there, they are in line to wrap around the block to then get over to where we are at the sand pile. Once the sand pile finally arrives, although I say that truck over there, I think that might be the refill. So that's good news for these people. Mandatory evacuation underway in Miami Beach's Key Biscayne, Miami Beach with, of course, world-famous South Beach, Surfside, Sunny Isles, North Bay Village, all of it. Mandatory evacuation as of now. Words I heard from some Miami Shores police officers this morning listening to talk radio, people calling in from the Turnpike heading to Orlando. They said that 4-hour drive was already 8-hour drive. Bill?
Remarkable stuff. Phil Keating, thank you live in Miami, Florida today.